Hi, I'm Terry and I'm nuts about stamping. I'm back today with another Sundays with Sizzix project. It's this thank you card that I made using my Big Shot. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make this at home. All right, so we're going to begin with a piece of 11 by 4 1/4 very vanilla cardstock. I'm going to put it up on my Simply Scored and I'm going to create a score line at the 5.5 inch mark, and that's going to create my card front. The next thing I want to do is I have some scrap designer series paper, and I'm going to take my snail adhesive and adhere that scrap designer series paper on the bottom front of my card. And I'm doing that to provide me with a visual aid for using my Big Shot next. So let me just get this on nice and straight, like so. All right, so then the next thing I'm going to do is bring in my Friendship Preserves stamp set that's in the Holiday Mini, and I'm going to use the Thanks a Bunch stamp. I've already got it mounted on Clear Block D. Now the stamp set works perfectly well with the Windows frame collection, so I brought out the window frame, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a window in the front of my card. I do so by using my Big Shot. So let me bring that in. Because it's a framelit, you want your platform on the very top. I have my bottom standard cutting pad. Then what I'm going to do is lay my card front on top, get my window frame situated where I want it to be, and then I'm going to put the other standard cutting pad on top and then run it through and cut the window out of the front of the card. And there we go. Looks great. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp inside that window so that when I open up the card, I'll have the Thanks a Bunch image on there. So I've got my stamp already mounted. I'm going to ink it up using Cherry Cobbler because it's one of the colors in the designer series paper. There we go. And then I'm going to stamp it down inside the window. There we go, like that. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to add a couple of embellishments. One of the embellishments I'm going to use is the Gumball Green 3/8 inch satin stitched ribbon. It's one of the in color ribbons that we're offering this year, and actually for the month of September, for any $40 order, you get to pick one of the in color satin stitched ribbons for free to add to your order. So there's the Gumball Green, the Summer Starfruit, Primrose Petals, Midnight Muse, and Raspberry Ripple. So this is the Gumball Green. And what I'm going to do is turn it over and put some snail adhesive right on the ribbon. Or what I could do is run a piece of sticky strip across the front of my card. And then I'm going to lay it down. I'm going to have a little bit of an overlap on my card front. Sometimes the ribbon frays just a little bit on the end, so I find it's better just to adhere it to the card first, and then I can reposition it if I need to. It's just a little bit crooked. And then turn it over and trim off any overhang. And there we go. Now I want to add just a couple more embellishments to the front of the card because it's still looking a little plain to me. Plain is good, but I'm just going to fancy it up a little bit. I have just a little strip of the Gumball Green ribbon left, so I'm going to create a bow right on the bolt, because then I can control how much I'm going to cut off of the bolt. So I create a bow while it's on the bolt, and then I'm going to just trim it. I'm going to trim off this end a little bit. There we go. And then I'm going to attach my bow to the front of my card using a mini glue dot. And that'll hold my bow in place nice and firmly. What I do is, because this is such a sticky glue dot, I take the knot of my bow, I push it right down on the glue dot, and then pull off the glue dot off the bolt, and it's not sticking to my finger. And then I'm going to stick it in the center of my card, like that, which I think is really cute. And then one more touch to my card and it'll be done. I have some scrap gumball green cardstock and my 1-inch square punch. I'm going to cut a 1-inch square, or punch a 1-inch square. Bring in my paper snips, and I'm going to cut my square in half to create 2 triangles, and I'm going to adhere a triangle in each top corner of my card to complete my card. Let me put this one in this corner. Let me adjust this one just a little bit. And there we go, the card's done. For a complete listing of the supplies and the measurements for the cardstock to make this card at home, please visit my blog, www.nutsaboutstamping.com. While on my blog, make sure you join my mailing list. It's free, and you get 2 free newsletters a month with lots of other ideas that are exclusive just to my newsletter customers. You can place an order through the online button. You can ask me a question, or you can check out my upcoming classes. I'm Terry. I am Nuts About Stamping. See you next time. Bye for now.